I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. Man, I hope my team they won one. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 635. This is the Indie Report. Shout out to everybody. I know it's we got the SWAC tournament going. We're gonna talk about that. We got the MEAC tournaments going. We're gonna talk about that as well. But I have my partner in crime, Tariq Wilson. What's going on, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Hope everything's well on your end of the spectrum.
I'm doing as well. I'm doing as well as can be.
Yeah, you can't. I can relate, my brother. I can relate.
As well as can be.
All right, let me go ahead and do the intro. Welcome to episode 635 inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast, the show that covering the sporting HBCU diaspora, all things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCUs, athletic programs, and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rhodes, along with my co-host, Tariq Wilson. Jeff Johnson's on assignment, and Brandon King might not be on assignment for too much longer. We are filming we're filming from our home studios and sending a signal live to our KCOH 1230 AM studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. Sir, have you been watching any of the tournaments? We've had a lot of them to watch.
Yeah, I've been watching the CAA tournaments. That's been my focus so far, but now it's time to switch to the MEAC.
Okay, you check. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of the SWAC, man. I did the brackets with a couple of folks on BCSN, and I on the Black Cloud Sports Network, and we did a couple brackets. I want to have some bragging rights. I so far correctly predicted that one of the 9-10 teams was gonna make a win. Because for folks who don't know, this is the first time that the SWAC has 10 teams. The plan for next year is to have all 12 in the tournament. And on the women's side, the 9 and the 10 won.
Amazing.
Yeah, I picked Valley to beat FAMU for the chagrin of my buddy Brian over there.
So I guess there's a lot of parity in the SWAC.
I guess so. And the one seed of the men's side went down today. Grambling beat Southern 8-1.
Wow.
So there is some parity.
Wow.
Now for Grambling are the defending champs, but still Southern had the best record in the league. I believe they're the only team with the overall winning record in the SWAC, and Grambling took them out today.
That means they definitely gonna be playing in that Tuesday night game. Somebody from the SWAC.
Well, I think they were going to be playing a Tuesday night game anyway.
Wasn't their number one like pretty good? Like at least early in the season, like they had some.
Oh no, Southern was good, but right. I think that the net is killing most of the teams in that conference.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to warrant nothing but a play-in game. Now Norfolk State, I think if the Norfolk State men would have kept winning, I think they would have had a shot of avoiding the play-in. But I think because of they lost 2 of their last 3, they're probably going to end up in the play-in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, I was at one of those games. I watched them play Central.
Yeah.
That overtime game. Yep.
Oh wow. That was the one with the crazy shot in, right?
Because my son was ready to go, we left before regulation was over, so I ain't see the end. I forgot how it ended. I just know Central won in overtime.
Oh, okay. Oh, Central won that game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure, but
I know they won the last time they played each other, but I don't think it was an OT game.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good game. Good game.
But I'm watching the ladies Valley versus Southern right now, and Southern's pulling away. Yeah, they're up by 18. I picked Valley to beat FAM, but I knew that the truck was going to stop there with Southern. And I know that Maryland Eastern Shore was playing Norfolk State, And they just had Michael Vick. Michael Vick interviewed during the halftime. But I mean, I believe that UMass is down by 10 against Norfolk, if I recall. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, since you're watching the game.
I'm trying to
but
pull them up now.
Yeah, like that. Like the past couple shows has just been me watching, seeing what's going on.
Pull them up right now.
But other than that, you got any other news?
Yeah, the ladies won today against Stony Brook.
They did. I watched some of that game.
Yeah, I couldn't watch
Y'all-
any of it. It was a busy day at work, but man,
y'all-
we're trending in the right direction. We're not
Yeah.
y'all yet, but we're getting there.
Look, man, I think it's great to see them win, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna do in the next round. Let me pull up that bracket real fast. Let me see if I can pull it up. See if I can find the CAA bracket real quick. If I can do a quick showing of that. Let's see.
We got Monmouth next.
I'm rooting for y'all to beat them.
Yeah. Why? So when do you guys play? You got a couple buys. Y'all chilling, man.
Yeah, we chilling. We don't play. We play the winners. We play the winner of William and Mary and Hofstra.
Oh.
Yeah, we play.
Yeah, that's amazing how well y'all have played, man. It is a story, you know.
It is a story, and I hope more people continue to cover said story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's absolutely a story, and I'm happy for the ladies. And shout out to Coach Terrell Robinson, man. He got his first Coach of the Year, Conference Coach of the Year ever. He never won it while he was in the MEAC.
Wow.
And the one season they went undefeated in the MEAC, and he didn't win it that year either.
Mm.
So shout out to him. I'm very happy that he finally got it. He finally got it. So here's the bracket. I think you guys can see it. No, you can't. Not yet. Now you can see it. All right. So I didn't check to see who won between Townsend and Stony Brook. If I was a betting person, I would say Townsend won. Stony Brook hasn't played that well, but we know that you guys won.
Mm-hmm. Townsend and Northeastern. Townsend beat them by 23 points.
Yeah, that's been Northeastern season, man. It's been kind of rough for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last year they had a forfeit games, and you guys won 76-75 against Stony Brook. And let me say, man, y'all almost gave that game away.
No surprise. Well, we knew. The girls they play it close, man. They play an interesting style of basketball. Like it's just up and down. Like if they hot, they hot. If they not hot, they not hot. You know what I'm saying? There's not really much else to like rely on. So, and all that can happen within one quarter. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yep.
they can go on a run both ways in one quarter. It's kind of wild. So I guess they got hot the right time in this game. So good for them.
Yep, absolutely. So with regards to the state of the tournament right now, like you guys, like Hampton's going to be playing Monmouth at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. All these games are going to be on Flow Sports. The other game to note for tomorrow in the CAA tournament, in my opinion, is like we mentioned before, Hofstra and William and Mary play each other at noon. They open up the day tomorrow in the second round. The winner of that game plays A&T on Friday at noon. I'm fascinated. You guys think you got a shot against Monmouth, man? They're a pretty good team.
Yeah, I want to pull it up and see how they've played. What were the earlier matchups? So I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, let me see.
Let's see. They lost by 2 on February 16th. Yeah, so the 2-point game.
Only played them once?
Yeah, only played them once. So yeah, we got a chance.
All right. Yeah, I mean y'all should. I hope y'all get to Drexel, man. Because the truth be told, Drexel has not been playing that well.
Yeah.
They're pretty vulnerable. And we just saw a 12 seed make it to the CAA championship on the men's side. Thank God they didn't win, by the way, just so you know.
Man.
That would have been rough. I mean, There was a level of pettiness that the CAA did when they made the decision to not have any Delaware games on CBS, and then for them to get as far as they did, they ended up getting 2 CBS games because the semifinals and the finals were played on CBS Sports Network. So I thought that was the hilarious part for me. Like,
there's always that pettiness on the way out.
Yeah, but shout out to UNC Wilmington. They got it done. Hopefully
they're a good team, man. I think
they might
it to them. we gave them everything that we could handle, that they could handle. But I mean, they are legit. Like, if they pass the eye test, they can do everything well. So the right matchup, they can be. I hope they're not a 16 seed. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the concern, right? Because they might end up being a 16 seed, which is so terrible. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, let me pull that up real fast. I could pull that up too. Let's see. Do men's basketball. I don't know if I can pull the bracket up, but yeah, I don't know if I gotta see where the bracket's at. Let me see.
let's see if I can search for it too.
Yeah, now here it is. Here's the bracket. It's probably not filled up though. It's not filled in. Yeah, no, but either way, I mean, what seed were they? They were the 2 seed. Yeah,
Hmm
maybe they'll get a 15 seed. Maybe.
We need some upsets.
Yeah, they're gonna need some upsets. They're definitely gonna need some upsets. They're definitely gonna need some upsets. It's kind of it. On another note, man, I talked to some of my Aggie friends on Twitter, and they told me that they can't get tickets to the tournament for the women's side.
Wait, hold on. They got bracketology has UNC Wilmington at a 14 seed.
Wow.
But guess what they got them playing? St. John's.
Hey man,
Have you watched
look,
St. John's play this year?
they're pretty good.
Yeah, them boys are tough, man.
Nah, they're pretty good. Oh, that's
That's
a tough
tough.
draw, man. But
Mm,
I mean, when you're a 14 seed, you're gonna get a top 10. You're gonna likely get a top 10 team.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that doesn't mean they don't have a chance.
True. Yeah, they got enough players to make it competitive.
Yeah, it does not mean they don't have a chance. Like
Mhm.
because the thing is now the key is if they can pull that upset, man, they can get some points for everybody gets the dollars, man. Get the
Yeah,
dollars
we
for
get
the
some more
conference.
loot. Yeah,
Get
man,
some
we get
loot.
some nice uniforms, new uniforms, some new field turf. And what were we saying
Uh,
about the tickets, man, for the game?
they were saying that they were saying that they can't find tickets for the women's tournament.
Oh,
And I think, so I wonder if somebody bought them up or what, but because I think the talk of the town is I'm not sure if it's sold out or not. But more teams are gonna come tomorrow because you got 8 teams playing tomorrow.
mm.
So it'll be interesting to see how that's gonna go. Or is it 8 teams playing tomorrow? There's not 8 teams playing tomorrow. I'm over here
Just
making stuff up as I go. It's
four.
not 8. There's only 4 teams playing tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Hold on. Now I gotta pull the bracket back up. Hold on.
Today
I can get
Wednesday.
to.
Oh no, 8. You're right. 8
It is
tomorrow.
8 teams playing tomorrow. Yeah.
Hmm
Yep. 8 teams playing
And where
tomorrow.
where are
So
they? Are they in Greensboro? Or
no, the
where are
games
they?
are in DC.
Oh, still up there. Let
They're
me
still doing the
pull my
game.
head.
They're still doing it in DC, which is I went last year. It was pretty cool, man. I will say.
Yeah. I wanted to go this year. Man, a snafu prevented me from getting up there this past weekend.
Ah, that's tough.
Hmm And we won too, so that would have been a 1A game. So
But
that'd have
that's
been
the
even
first. I think
better.
that's the first win y'all gotten in that tournament too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we are. That's one thing. I really want. I'm holding my keeping my fingers crossed, right? Because now is the transfer portal time. So I'm just hoping that we can keep our young bigs. Because if we can keep those guys together, we'll about a year or two from now we'll do something. Because you got to have bigs in this conference.
Absolutely. I think that's what's killing us on the men's side.
Yeah, got to
That's
have
killing us.
bigs. And we got a
That is.
young front line. We got a front line that goes, from 6'10" to 6'8". If we can keep all three of those dudes there, all
Yeah.
freshmen.
Yeah. Now Yeah. I for the men's side, it boils down to we're probably going to lose the 3 folks that were suspended, right? Like we're probably going to lose those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes. I think this is make it or break it for Coach Ross, in my opinion.
Mm.
You know, he's got to show some legitimate progress this year. So it's 3rd year in the program, so hopefully he can do that.
Got to.
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
there's no excuse nowadays. I mean, you can get talent now. I mean, there's just an overabundance of basketball talents now. So you can rebuild if you got the wherewithal.
I'm telling you, man. Like I think it's a level of patience of the fan base. I mean, he still hasn't won more than the interim coach. like
Uh,
he gotta pick it up. So
yeah.
next year we gotta see we gotta see some legitimate progress. I mean, this year they were last in the conference, so that can't fly.
No.
Coming up next season. I mean, the only thing that saved them is that they beat the school down the road. I think that was a big win for them. But and they got some conference wins at the end when I was very concerned they weren't going to win any.
Yeah, me
But
too.
it was a rough year this year. So hopefully they'll be ready because we're seeing what your coach is doing down in Hampton, and we're like asking, look, man, what we got to do?
Yeah. He built
What we got?
something. We knew it was going to be competitive. I didn't think they were going to be this good, but yeah, he got. That's what I mean. I want to see if we can keep our guys, but he's proven to be a good recruiter. So I imagine what's coming in is going to be very intriguing.
All right. We're gonna let's take our first break. When we come back, what are we gonna talk about? Yeah, when we come back, I gotta decide what we're gonna talk about. It's between. I'm trying to hold off till Mr. King gets here before we talk about Eddie George, but I think he about to lose his battle if we don't hurry up and get in here. So after the break, we're gonna talk about. We could probably break down some of the bracketology for some of the teams in the SWAC and the MEAC to try to buy a little bit more time to get Mr. King here, and then after that, we'll talk about Eddie George and his departure. So we shall return. This is Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeaversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
Compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they want a lot, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 635. I'm with my partner in crime, Tariq Wilson. Now, sir.
Yes, sir.
We talked about where UNCW sat as a fourth right now, currently according to Bracketology, we're sitting at a 14 seed. So let's talk about where the SWAC and the MEAC could end up in this situation. So right now, with Grambling beating Southern, I'll go ahead and be transparent. I picked Texas. I picked FAMU actually to win the men's tournament. So I think the best that the SWAC is probably going to get, especially now, even if like say Texas Southern wins the tournament, the best they're probably going to end up getting at this point is a play-in.
According to Bracketology, they are playing SIU Edwardsville. They have Jacksonville State playing SIU Edwardsville in the playing game.
Jackson State, you mean?
Yep, sorry, Jackson State. Yep.
Which is interesting because Jackson State is they weren't first. Southern was, but I guess they probably just changed the thinking that Jackson's probably going to be the one that wins it. Even though I think it's either going to be Texas Southern or FAMU in my opinion. I picked FAMU because I want to see how this roller coaster goes with the coach, and I think they have a legitimate chance to do it, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas Southern, they tend to be the ones, right? They tend to be the team that goes and just they show up and show out when it's tourney time.
Yep.
So but either way, I could definitely play in. Now, when we go into the men's side of the MEAC, I expected to. I got Howard and South Carolina State playing each other in the finals, and I got South Carolina State winning.
So you got Norfolk State taking the L to someone. They're winning right now.
I got Norfolk State. I got Norfolk State. Yeah, I got Norfolk State losing to Howard in the next round. So I expect South Carolina to take the road to the finals and then beat Howard. I think that'll be a competitive game.
I haven't watched South Carolina State, at all. So I don't know what they're.
Some of their games weren't televised, but they're pretty good. Like they're much better. Very scrappy. They're kind of similar to last year, but now they're like way more. They're more developed. Because last year they were scrappy. And they would occasionally beat some teams, but now they're on a 9-game winning streak right now.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. No. They got momentum ahead of them right now. They got it right where it needed to be. So I don't know. Like their nets are pretty. The net for those guys are pretty rough. So I anticipate they're going to be in the playing game as well.
Yeah. Right now, if Norfolk State wins the MEAC, they have them as the 16th seed.
Oh, they do. No play-in? No open round game?
Nope.
Okay, and by the way, I need to say it's opening round. Dr. Cavil beat me up. It's opening round. I gotta get my terminology right. So they didn't have to play the opening round game. So so that means they're going up against the top 14 from the gate. Who are they going up against?
Florida.
Oof. SEC's a basketball conference now, man. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talked about the CAA, and Tennessee State lost a close one. In the semis, they lost by 2. And then that team that they lost to, I think it was Southeastern Illinois, I believe, they ended up winning the whole thing. So I don't know what their seed is, but okay. Now on the women's side is where it gets interesting. The women's side, we got a couple teams. We got a couple teams that can potentially have something higher than a 16 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect Norfolk State, the Lady Spartans, to run through the MEAC tournament. Like run through it. No question about it. And currently right now they have Norfolk State as a 14 seed the last time I checked. Yes, they have them as a 14 seed going up against LSU.
I wouldn't take those ladies lightly. I would not take Norfolk State ladies lightly.
Yeah, what I would like, and I know it's asking for too much, it would be nice if they can get a 12 seed. Because if they can get a 12 seed, they won't have to play. It'll be a neutral site for them. If they end up with a 13 or stay at 14, that means they're going to play up against the team that hosting that quadrant, so to speak.
They've earned it. I mean, look, they beat Missouri. They lost to Alabama by 10. They beat UNC Wilmington. They lost to Washington State by 8. They beat Wyoming. Green Bay, that was a
tough loss. That was a bad loss.
yeah, that was bad. And then they beat St. Louis. I mean, they've earned it. I mean, they've earned a high seed. They
So
ain't gonna get
hopefully
it. They're not gonna get it, but they've earned it.
they definitely should get it, man.
They should. They should.
All right. Now, I'll go ahead and pull this up real fast. So here's the bracketology. I know it looks terrible right now. Let me blow it up. All right. So, we got a chance to have 3 HBCUs in this tournament. The fortunate thing is that it's looking like Southern would play A&T in the opening round game.
That's amazing.
It'll be a great game to watch. I'm curious to see whether or not A&T could get into the regular 16 spot, but I don't know if that's going to be realistic or if that happens unless some other upsets occur. But I picked Alabama A&M to win the tournament, so I'm going to assume it'll be Alabama A&M versus A&T. But the other matchup, the other 16 matchup, as somebody who went to school at A&T, is a fascinating one. They're talking about UNCG versus High Point. You're talking about two schools right down the street.
Oh, wow.
So, that was an interesting conjuring. Matter of fact, you look at the 16 Cs, 3 out of the 4 within the triad. So I thought that was a fascinating one. But I want to believe if A&T runs through the CAA tournament that they put them on the 16 line. I want to believe that.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised that right now they're at the opening round game. I said it right.
Yes, you said it right. I'm not surprised, and the reason why I'm not surprised is primarily because we only have one. We only had one Division I win out of conference during out of conference play. So I'm not surprised. We have some close ones too. It's funny. Rice won their tournament. We almost beat Rice. They won the conference tournament. We almost beat Rice. So it's going to get interesting, man. I'm fascinated to see how this pans out because the CAA tournament is not a gimme for A&T either. Let me be clear. Charleston is rated higher it has a higher net ranking than A&T, and in the CAA anybody can get at anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get at anybody. Like since A&T Enhancement's been in the CAA, the highest seed that has won the tournament has been a 7 seed.
That's amazing.
So, if one of these teams that are playing tomorrow grabs some momentum and starts running it, then it becomes a thing, and then it becomes a boxing match. So, I didn't check to see how it was looking for Hofstra and William & Mary. I know we blew out William & Mary both times. I think the Hofstra game might have been a little bit closer. I could check real fast. But I believe that was the case, but I can check because I don't remember. My memory is terrible at times. I know we blew out William & Mary both times, though. I do know that. But let me see. Who knows, man? Hampton might make a run.
If we get hot, we are. We are some teams. What you're gonna get every game. This Hampton is. But if we get hot, yes, we beat Georgia, man. I mean,
yeah, no, and that is like the most amazing thing, right? You guys took down an SEC team, and so that's why when I look at the record, I'm kind of shocked. But y'all do play very well, but you got a brand new coach, so it's going to take some time. Mm-hmm. So A&T beat Hofstra 63-44 in the only meeting they had last season. And then for William & Mary, A&T just beat them 77-52. Let's see. And we beat them earlier in the season in February 21st, 67-44. I was at that game. That was a pretty dominant game. So in theory, we got a pretty good draw for the 8-9 slot. And then it's going to become interesting because we might end up facing Drexel after that if everything falls like this. Unless Hampton pulls a run, man, then it'll be the rematch. But like,
If
I
they,
like
I
the
would
fact
not be surprised if they won their next game. The Lady Pirates wouldn't be surprised at all.
I wouldn't be either, to be honest with you. But it would be cool. You know, you get another,
Yeah.
and then you get another A&T Hampton game in the semis.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let me tell y'all something. If this happens, oh, the internet will be on fire if this happens, man. Cause
Boy.
yo, Jackson State was giving a fist when they played each other. Now, folks forget about that.
Man, that game's gonna be 5-on-6.
I'm like 5-on-7.
Yeah, 5-on-7, man. I mean, that'll be a tough game, but love to see it. Hey, how y'all looking for next year? The Aggies, Lady Aggies. I'm interested. You know, like the Lady Pirates. You know, for a new coach, like she brought, there's not a lot of young players who are making huge contributions. So, you know, I think next year there's going to be a whole new team again. I don't know what
So
y'all looking like, but we gonna
so
have a new team.
we're losing some seniors this year because Malia Bacrone, she decided to come back for her grad year, and so did Jordan Dorsey. And Jordan Dorsey could have gone anywhere, and she decided to stay. So we're probably going to lose them. But Demaya Tucker last year got injured during the WNIT run,
Mm.
so she did not play this year.
Oh,
So she will be back.
okay.
So she got an injury red shirt, medical red shirt, I believe. So she will return next year. So that will be good. So you're gonna have that leadership from her because she was one of our best players. So for all you guys have been watching, consider that one of our best players did not play all year. Okay, all right, just consider that. And I think Paris Locke has come on her own. Like she's a sophomore. So I think she's gonna probably emerge as one of the leaders on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Shania Clark will be back. So we're gonna still have some pieces from the championship roster, and then a lot of the younger core of the team, a lot of those young ladies will be back, and we got folks coming in. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun because I know Asia James, she was a transfer from Elon, so she's done. So this will be her last year, but it was pretty cool for her because she gets to get a championship on the way out, which is pretty dope for her.
Yep.
So shout out to her. So it'll be interesting to see how we do next season. Cause I anticipate there's like the young lady Tariq Bravo. I might be butchering her last name, who won CAA Player of the Year. She's gonna be back for Charleston, and she's really good. And she got a twin sister who's really good. Like so,
Is she on
Charleston.
Are both sisters on? Both of them on Charleston?
Yep. One made first team, and the other one made third. So they're yeah. So it's gonna be fascinating to see how teams adjust. The portal is probably the ultimate equalizer now too. So that's the other thing you got to factor in. But I think right now the Lady Aggies are sitting in a pretty good spot. I think they could. I'm not going to be screaming repeat yet, but let's first try to win this tournament. Let's start there, and then we'll have the discussion point about that. But I think we're going to have a decent chunk of folks coming back, and Coach Rob knows how to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried about that. He knows how to get the pieces that he needs to win because he definitely he retooled this year, coming into this year with some of the transfers that he got. But I think you guys are gonna be improved after another year, man. It's gonna be fascinating to see how the Lady Powers do their thing.
Yeah, this is all we're gonna be in the portal. I think she got, laid the foundation. It's just interesting because you got the foundation right, but you're gonna have to retool again. But I'm sure with this initial campaign, everybody learned a lot, the coaching staff, everyone. So I think, like you said, the portal changes everything. So yeah, it's gonna be some good rebuilding going on.
Yeah, so I wanna quickly respond to this about Coach Query, the head basketball coach at FAMU for the men's side. All I'm gonna say is this: even if he signed it, it doesn't take much of him to break that contract.
Yeah,
I think it's like a $35,000 hit if he decides to go somewhere else. So
and the new school is gonna pick that up. So that's
easily,
nothing. That's nothing.
like and you're worried about whether or not he can win the whole tournament. He's already exceeded expectations from my perspective. He's already exceeded them. Like, he's got more wins for FAMU than they've had in like a decade, couple years. So not a decade, definitely a few years though.
Did the
But
fans
so
start coming out to watch them? Because I always found they got that lovely stadium, and every time I watch a game, ain't nobody in there. So did they folks actually start watching them?
I don't know, man. And it is a nice arena. It is definitely a nice arena.
Yeah.
But nah, it's that whole situation, man. It's an example. This is an example of when pettiness backfires on you, because this is all came, from my opinion, it came down to pettiness. And now you got a really good coach, and I think you should go ahead and update the contract and pay him more now before you even win the championship. But we'll see. It'd be fascinating to see how it goes. But I think if he wins the tournament, he's going to take advantage of it. He's probably going to go look for other opportunities.
As he should.
I mean, he could probably make more as an assistant for a P4 squad, or he could make more. There's a lot of there's some HBCUs that will definitely offer more than what a FAMU is paying. I know you guys are probably thinking about my HBCU, but that is not the case. I anticipate our coach will be returning next year. I haven't heard anything otherwise, so I anticipate him coming back for his third season. But all right. When we come back, we're gonna talk about we're gonna do some football. I think this is probably gonna be the last break of the episode, but we're gonna do some football. Talk about Eddie George. Talk about Tennessee State. See how far we want to go about this conversation. So we'll be right back after the break. This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab.
Yep.
Planning an event from weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural tastes, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavil of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Press the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to episode 635 of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast. So man, look, I tried to give Brandon remained on assignment, so I guess we're gonna talk about it today. We'll probably bring it up again next week as well, because I think look, man, reports came out. I just was strolling on Twitter. The first tweet I saw was that Eddie George was a finalist for the Bowling Green head football coach job. Then the next tweet was he was offered the job. And then it was official that he was the head football coach of Bowling Green. Leaving Tennessee State, who just won a share of the Big South OVC title and gave Montana fits in the FCS playoffs. And now he's moved on to go coach at Bowling Green, which is in Ohio, where he played football and won the Heisman at Ohio State. So I just want to get your thoughts, because I think this is more, and I tweeted this when it happened. I feel like it was more than a football story. From that standpoint, I think there's more to it than that. Some of the, and I think some folks were taken aback, but I think when I saw him go and interview for the Chicago Bears head coaching job, that should have been like the bat signal, like, he's out here looking, type of thing. So what are your thoughts?
I have to admit, be honest, I have a little bit of hate in my heart for this move. You watched The Wire?
I have.
And you remember the scene where Michael killed Snoop in the alley, and that little back and forth they had, and Snoop said to Michael, "You never you were never one of us, and you never could be." And that's how I feel sometimes when these guys come in and get opportunities at HBCUs and then leave. I understand upgrading, for bigger jobs, more money. I get that, all of that. But there's some of me still feel some kind of way when, you come. Eddie George should have been able to get a Bowling Green job first. You know what I mean? These schools don't quite often give these brothers the opportunity to deserve. HBCUs are always a place where you can have an opportunity and then you leave. So I understand it logistically, career wise, but I still have some feelings about it, some emotions about it. So best of luck. I wrote this on the MEAC fan site. So this is how you got to take advantage of it. It's like the portal. It's like the transfer portal. It's here. There's nothing you can do. So I say, you hire a big name coach who can only get a starting opportunity at an HBCU. He changes the culture, improves fundraising and facilities, wins, and then leaves. We have to do a good job of hiring a competent coach to then replace him, like Jackson
Yes.
State, to keep the momentum going. But so they do, serve a function. They come and help, up the profile. They bring some money, resources, eyeballs, and then we got to take advantage. But yeah, I still, want to see our schools do well. So I hate when this happens. So I good luck to them, especially going to Bowling Green, man. Sometimes I be going to these schools, I just be wrecking my brain, like, what, Bowling Green? But anyway, so I kind of I got a little hate in my heart for the whole situation.
I think the timing was rough, considering all the things that Tennessee State is going through right now. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
but that is a reason to leave. Then, like, what's going on? Can you elaborate on what are they going through?
they've been having some financial challenges, and they're doing a lot. There's a lot of resistance going on with the state. There's a lot of back and forth going on with the state when it comes to the proper funding of the institution. So you have that, and it's putting the university in a very rough environment where you're not getting funded properly, and there's legitimate concerns about that. And when you're thinking about Eddie George, pretty much probably based on the quotes that he had, he was pretty much told that he was going to get certain things, and it's just not happening, fast enough. Part of it is because they're cutting costs. Like they've been cutting costs left and right during the season. They when the band couldn't travel to some of the games, things like that, right? So I'm fascinated. And right now, the current AD is the interim head coach.
What?
Yeah. So
has he ever coached football before?
I have no idea.
Mm.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to hire somebody. I don't think they're going to hire somebody that made as much as Eddie George. If they were smart, they would try to keep. Hopefully, somebody will stick around and take over from his staff. But who knows, right? I don't anticipate. It'll be interesting to see which path Eddie George goes when it comes to it. Yeah, this is it right here. That kind of That kind of fits the bill. What's going on with Tennessee State? It's a rough situation, and hopefully they can turn their enrollment around because their enrollment fell a little bit. So hopefully they can turn that back around too. So there's a lot of things going on down there, but I know Tennessee State will turn it around. I'm not as concerned. It's just going to be a different type of fight. With everything with the climate that we currently have, is going to just be a different type of fight. So we'll see how it goes. But
It's a huge loss for them. It's a huge setback.
Get it, man. Because he brought cachet to the institution. I know Eddie tends to be a quieter guy, but he brought cachet to the institution for what he did, and he was a Titans legend. He played for the Titans for so long in the league, so everybody knew who Eddie was. I think the biggest concern I have is that sometimes when you have the politics playing, you got some folks that they're comfortable with. Now, I'm pretty sure those politicians were pretty comfortable with Eddie George, and now you don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So those things matter. Not discussed enough, but I think those type of things matter. So hopefully, they hurry up and find a coach. And then the time is terrible because you're talking about spring ball starting, like spring practice, all that stuff is starting right now, and you don't have a head coach. And then on top of that, because the head coach departed, the players can go in the portal now. They have a window.
The vultures are circling, boy.
Yeah, man. They were already lost a lot of talent after the season anyway.
Well, whatever's left.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fascinating to see how that pans out. But it's just it's sad, but at the same time, I know Tennessee State's gonna figure this out. I'm just concerned that, what they're gonna do. Like, I don't think the AD is gonna end up being a coach. At least I hope that's not the intention. I hope that part of the reason why they made him the coach is so they can hurry up and find a replacement. Because I've already seen the AD head coach experience on the basketball side, and we're still waiting for Bethune to take home a championship. So, but
hey, while we're on football, has your new coach or staff made any moves where you're like, wow, okay,
they got an interesting quarterback.
Okay.
They got an interesting quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be ready or not, but they picked up a pretty good quarterback from in recruitment in high school. Pretty good kid. I think that the culture has already shifted from what I understand. I heard the kids were going to class.
They weren't before. What were they doing?
They're going. Well, I understand it was a challenge from what I understand to get them to go.
That's why y'all hired the dude, just because he wanted for gentlemen and scholars.
I know.
Oh,
so they're
wow.
going to class.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going
That's
to class.
wild.
Yeah. But no, but overall, the vibes have changed tremendously. I know you can't get wins off vibes, but I think that's the first step. But overall, so far with the football program, like, we gotta wait and see. I think their first practice was yesterday, I believe, or maybe today.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I already booked my flights for some of the games. Like, I'm going to the Hampton game, and I'm going to the school down the road game. They're back to back, so I'm just gonna make a 10-day trip out of it.
Oh, that's
go
cool.
see my parents. See my parents in between.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, I think I might have to cancel I'm supposed to be going to Nashville too, but that might have to get canceled. I might be moving in that might be the same weekend I got to move my kids into college. My daughter into college, so we got to figure that out.
Are you moving her into Hampton? Oh,
not looking
man.
like it. Not looking like it, man.
Dang. Okay.
Not looking like it. Not looking like it at all. But we'll see. I don't know. It might. Look, man. I was joking with her. I said, "Look, man. If Hampton starts in a different weekend, you might have to go there instead, because I ain't trying to miss my Nashville trip."
Right. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited about football. I think we are officially a CAA program. With the recruits that are coming in, you never know, right? But I think we're there. So
you better be ready, because y'all playing y'all opening up against Jackson State. Y'all better be.
Woo, yeah. I might go down there. I'm thinking about it. Mississippi though, but I might head down there.
Oh, you should go, man. You should absolutely go.
It's got a lot going on at that time of the year, but if I can go, I'll take a flight down there and go.
That's open. That's their opening. That's their opening day too. Yeah, you should
Yeah,
definitely
man.
pull up to that.
Yeah,
You should pull up to that for sure because I think
yeah.
that'll be a really good game.
Excellent test.
Yeah, man. I think it'll be fascinating. Like I love the fact that game got scheduled because there's going to be a debate. Now, granted, it's going to be for you. It's on the road, but still, it'll be a fascinating debate because you're going to go up against the HBCU national champions to open up your season. It'll be a fascinating. If you guys go in there and beat them boys, oh man, it's going to be the debates that is going to happen that night, man. It'll
Well,
be
if we
fun.
win, ain't no needs to debate. You know,
Yeah.
there, Jackson State. You know, it'll be a nice statement for them. Like, you know,
It'll be a big win for them too. It'll be a
yeah,
big win for
yeah,
them.
yeah. I think we're gonna be good, man. I think we're gonna be a really strong team. Really strong team.
Yeah, Jack. Like we talked about it on HBCU Nightly a few months back when we were like going into the right after Jackson won the Celebration Bowl, and I said, "Who the heck's gonna beat these guys at this point? Like, who's gonna beat them? Or who? I don't think there's any teams ready in the MEAC for them, and I don't think there's nobody in the slot that can beat them. I think everybody's a year away. I think Prairie View, if they continue doing what they're doing with Coach Tremaine Jackson, I think they're probably going to be their biggest threats in 2 years. But right now, this is the Jackson State show.
What about South Carolina State?
Nope.
No.
Nope. And I think it's great that Norfolk State got Vic, and it's great that Deshaun Jackson got Delaware State, but they're gonna need some time, man. They're gonna need some time. They're gonna need some time. So when you're talking about like for the 2025 season, nope. And I know folks hate when I say things like that because it's so anticlimactic and it's so direct and it's so straightforward. But you guys got to convince me otherwise. I think if Jackson State's healthy, ain't nobody beating them. That's a good question, Lennon. Why aren't y'all not closing out UMass? Why aren't y'all closing them out? What are the Beholders doing, Lennon? Y'all at home? Y'all should be blowing these guys. Y'all should be winning this by a lot. You know?
Something's wrong. Are they having injuries? I mean, because they're playing everybody close. What's
I
going
know,
on?
like this just ain't the same Norfolk team. Now, that's the only thing I can attribute it to. Like I just, I put my neck out there for Norfolk, then they lost 2 straight. I was like, all right, I'm not doing this no more. They cannot be trusted. Yeah, man. Behold these L's. I mean, they should have closed these guys out. Now the women, I'm not gonna do that to the women. I'm not gonna slander the women because the women are really good. Like I'm not. Nah, y'all A-okay with me. The women. I'm like I said earlier, man. I'm rooting that they get a 12 seed. But yeah. Let me see. I'm about to see what the score is.
They just showing highlights of UMES hitting 3-pointers, so I'm guessing they back in this thing.
Oh dear, that's not a good sign. Yeah, this is this could be it. But
oh my, 6-point game, 45 seconds left to go. Norfolk State up by 6.
Oh, okay, it's close. I mean, this game's almost over. How much time left?
45 seconds.
Oh God, what am I looking at? All right, there we go. 45.6. Okay, yeah, mine stopped for some reason. All right. Okay, cool beans. All right, I think I'm trying to see if there's anything dramatic that's gonna happen out of this game, but we got to get off at 8. So.
Ain't gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, Norfolk State's at the line now, so they can go up 8 with 45 seconds left.
Oh, that's still plenty of time.
You know, one thing I do miss though, I do miss going to the MEAC to championship games. That was fun.
I've never been to one, but I've never been to a SWAC one either.
Yeah, it was fun.
I will say this. Look, man, there's a lot of folks that want that tournament to leave Norfolk, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And we didn't even really talk about the BCIC, man. We're trying to figure like they're going to announce the teams for Division 1 probably right after these tournaments are over.
Yeah, I mean, according to their website, it's not really for it's for the MEAC versus SWAC and SAIC versus CIAA, but
I was told
they
that
didn't mention independence.
I was told that the independents can potentially get in.
They got to let Hampton in. That would be great because we're playing very, very well right now.
Call your partner in crime and see if they gonna call y'all, man.
Oh, who's
They
that?
might call, huh?
Who's that?
If the committee potentially selects you guys,
They should. I mean, I can see some schools not wanting us there,
it'll
but I
be
mean,
interesting
we deserve it.
if you guys can get into the hat. It'll be interesting because we know that Southern's probably going to take one of the slots because they lost to Grambling, so I could see if Southern I could see Southern getting an invite. Now, whether or not they take it as a whole different discussion, but I could see Southern getting an invite. They're the regular season champions. I could see them getting an invite. And then that would be interesting if you have like Southern versus Howard or Southern versus Norfolk. Those would be some, you get some interesting matchups there. So it'll be fascinating to see if you can get it. Like it'll be interesting. Like I anticipate A&T is going to win the tournament, but if they don't, they're probably going to get invites to like probably 2 or 3 different tournaments, man. So I don't know if they'll even decide to come if they get the invite. So it'll be interesting to see. But now, I mean, UMass down by 5 now, man.
40 seconds left. 39.1.
Yeah, I'm going to get this outro ready because at 8 o'clock, I know the ONG strike zone's at 8 o'clock, so I want to make sure. Actually, I need to close out now. It's already 8 o'clock. Let me go ahead and close out now, man. I think Norfolk's probably going to hold on, but we're going to see. But let me see here. Thank you for listening to Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Make sure you share our podcast with your friends and colleagues. I'm David L. Rhodes. Shout out to the Dean of HBCU Sports, Dr. Kenyatta Cavil, and this is my partner in crime, Tariq Wilson. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Well, follow me on Twitter and go to hupirateShip.com and check them out. Get your coverage of Hampton sports. We hope you enjoyed. They go live. Welcome. We want to thank you again for listening to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington, Charles Bishop, every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and on Sundays from 9 a.m. Central Standard Time during football season. Dream big and continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Reek.
Of course.
Lecture dismissed.
Dismissed.